All right. So I've got an article here, and I think we should just say, as a public service announcement, this is a satirical article, but it's really funny. And I think we need some comic relief after spending the whole show talking about ISIS.
Man, I thought we were going to go all War of the Worlds and just run with it.
It kind of reads like that. So, I mean, there's people tuning in all the time. I just don't want to, really confuse anyone. But, I mean, like any good satirical piece, there are grains of truth to it. We've had really weird weather this year. I don't know if you've noticed. You guys have noticed.
They say it's going to be really cold this winter and snowy.
That is what they say. So here's the headline from EmpireNews.net, which, of course, is like a satirical site. Meteorologists predict record-shattering snowfall coming soon. Bread and milk prices expected to soar. Now, why do people buy bread and milk? If you think your power is going to go out, if there's a storm coming, why do people do this panicked rush to the grocery store to get milk if you think the refrigerator's not going to be working?
Maybe they think that the refrigerator is going to work, but that they're not going to be able to get on the road. So they want to get the items that are going to spoil the most quickly and have them as fresh as possible.
It doesn't
I've got
make
a generator.
a lot of sense.
If the power goes out, I'm going to crank that baby up and everything's going to be fine out in Edgeville.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. Chances are you'll hear a lot about El Nino in the next month or two. Meteorologists and weather science experts at the National Weather Service say there is a 99% chance that we'll start to see a massive cold front sooner in the year than has ever happened, which will produce not just record-breaking snowfall, but according to Dr. Voris Svediak, a doctor of global weather sciences, record-shattering snowstorms across the board, affecting the entire United States. And they've got this graphic of the U.S., with just the whole thing covered with above average snowfall.
I've seen these maps, and it's like, and I'm just loving the way they got New England like covered in a giant clod of snow.
Yes, exactly.
Real quick, I Googled why do people buy milk and bread.
Oh, enlighten us.
It's the compulsive desire to stockpile perishables isn't always based on logical behavior. The thought to get milk before a storm is followed by the action or compulsion to go out and stockpile it. In one way or another, we spend a lot of time and energy trying to feel in control, and buying things you might throw out still gives the person a sense of control in an uncontrollable situation.
That is the most sensible explanation I've ever heard for that.
Yeah.
In Florida, all you had to do was say hurricane, and all the Yankees would run to the store and buy all the water.
Yeah. By contrast, if you bought beans and tuna, it was sending the message that you expect the storm to keep you homebound for an extended period. So it's almost a mental trick to say that it'll blow over.
I see.
Something's going to blow over if you eat too many beans. Anyway.
Tuna's good for you.
For the sake of comparison to the past winter, says the meteorologist quoted in the fake meteorologist quoted in this article, let's say your area received a total of 20 inches of accumulative snow for the season. Because this year the snowfall is predicted to start at the end of September, you can expect to multiply that number by 5, 10, or maybe even 20 times in some areas. In the worst zones, you could see 50 times the amount of snow you've had in the past. This is the type of winter the American public needs to prepare for. Several meteorologists are saying not to buy into what the models are showing, but I can tell you from 40 years of scientific weather research, they're doing you a disservice. Pretty much everyone will see snow like they never have in their lives. Most younger people don't even know what an actual blizzard looks like, but by the end of March, they will be seasoned survivalists, Blankenbaker said. Everyone needs to make sure that they have their weather emergency kits prepared and ready to go. There will undoubtedly be mass power outages, which, along with freezing temperatures and enough snowfall to immobilize entire cities, will most likely be a very dangerous recipe. Safety comes first, and the time to prepare is right now. Along with the mention of severe weather, the Food and Drug Administration predicts supply and demand could cause shortages, causing the prices of bread and milk to increase substantially. FDA spokesperson Rebecca Miller suggests alternatives in preparation of the coming months. We are encouraging that you go out and purchase bulk amounts of dry powdered milk, which can be stored in your cupboards. This will prevent frantic trips to the grocery store and supermarkets as the onslaught of storms begin to fall upon your respected region.
Yeah.
As far as bread,
drink that crap at all.
We suggest that you buy as much as you can efficiently store in your freezer. Bread can be frozen and thawed without compromising the integrity of its quality. Preparations such as these are crucial, and the fact that technology has brought us to a time and place in which such events can be predicted is quite remarkable. So stock up on your powdered milk and fill your freezer with loaves of bread, because once those blankets of snow begin to fall, brave souls will confront the elements to raid stores of these products like some sort of scavenger hunt. Don't be part of the snowpocalypse. It's a dangerous battlefield of crazed shopping, winter-bitten weather zombies out there.
Can't we just drone like these snow clouds?
Well, up here in New Hampshire, where we all moved for the Free State Project at freestateproject.org, there's a lot of winter sports. People make a lot of money off of the snow. The snow is a good thing for New Hampshire. The state's actually growing slightly because people want to live here. Apparently, the snow isn't as bad as they think.
Wait a minute. But President Obama specifically said that drones solve everything, and he's good at it. He is good at it.
Well, they're shutting down HARP, so they're going to have to replace it with something.
Yeah.
We don't want those jobs
that's
to
why
be
this
lost.
is coming. It's because HARP got shut down. Now, nature, they were just holding it back. They raised the ionosphere just so much, right? And so now it's coming back down with a vengeance.
Something like that. Make sure you have plenty of bread and milk. Public safety organizations also encourage the masses to prepare themselves by obtaining proper necessities. James Satterfield from the National Fire Safety Advisory Board says preparation can save lives. Don't wait until temperatures plummet into a freeze. Obtain cold weather clothing and footwear, including wool thermal socks. It's also crucial to have plenty of batteries, candles, weather radios, you name it. Get prepared. It's coming, Satterfield stated. First and foremost, make sure you have an effective plan in place to make sure you have plenty of bread and milk. Dr. Svediak says to be prepared for a storm that could come as early as the end of September and plan for the entire winter season, which this year he says will more likely spread into next June.
Christmas in July.
And this has got 1.5 million shares on Facebook, so
it's amusing.
Very
There's
popular.
No doubt about it. I don't know why people would go to the grocery store and buy bread and milk, particularly when they think that the snow's coming. But
First off, that stuff is not healthy for you at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You don't eat bread.
No bread, and I don't drink milk.
Consume either of those things.
Yeah, we don't really get milk at our house either. We used to get raw milk, but my son just stopped consuming it, and it's like, that stuff goes bad. So we don't really drink it anymore.
Just like every other animal, he finally stopped drinking milk when he got older.
He has decided on his own to stop drinking milk. There was a time when he didn't want protein from any other source than milk, and I'm like, you need protein, son. And so, I was encouraging it, but now he eats meat and that kind of thing, so it's fine.
I wonder how many people shared this on Facebook
thinking it was real. I think a lot of
serious.
people did.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if you're not familiar with Empire News, which is the satirical site. It's hard to tell that it's fake until you get maybe to the very end where the FDA spokesperson is talking about the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and making sure you buy, like they keep repeating,
First
buy
and
bread
foremost,
and milk.
make sure you have a plan in place.
The first thing that anybody who you talk to about the Free State Project at freestateproject.org says about moving to New Hampshire is like, but it snows there. The weather, oh my God, it's cold. I'd rather have some place where people think twice about moving, because you're going to have far fewer. Warm weather is poor solace when it comes to freedom. Mm-hmm. Florida, it's got great. If warm weather bought freedom, Florida would be free. I moved from Florida to New Hampshire for the Free State Project because that place is a mess. And, I'll deal with some snow. I'm not much of a winter sport aficionado. I should find one that I can deal with, but
Yeah,
I haven't.
I totally agree. Actually, I used to kind of be of that survivalist mindset. What's going to happen when the S hits the fan?
It's always an interesting logic problem, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, I would not. Everybody says, oh, yeah, you want to be living in like Mexico or down south or something. No way. That's where everybody's going to be. And you want to be where you have to really be prepared to survive, right, and you have the time.
The thieves are going to move to warm places.
Exactly.
So they can steal all the preppers' stuff.
You got it.
The folks in the warm places, that'll be fine.
Run to the hills.
Well, until next time, make sure you have enough bread and milk.
That's right.
We'll see you next week.
Check us out in the meantime at freetalklive.com. It's been Mark with you.
And Brian.
And Stephanie.
freetalklive.com.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.